4624, huge alarm because the portal is finally open for this solar eclipse with the new moon. So during new moon, we always encourage that setting new intentions is very good. However, when the sun, meaning the light, is covered up, then there may be some dark times coming. Not to scare you guys, because this is a channel for positivity. I want to help you guys know how to protect your energies during this time and navigate through the system, especially that we have Mercury Retrograde and Chiron, the wounded healer, that is on the cards. So in this video, I'm going to break down for you 5 things that you need to know to be able to help you navigate best through this solar eclipse and still manifest miracles. We're going to dive deep into it, but before we get into it, show reel. Hit it. Namaste everyone, this is Sri Akarshana here, and in this video, I want to break down for you 5 things that you need to pay close attention to when it comes to this solar eclipse. It's no ordinary new moon, and we're going to dive deep into it because we need to know how to ensure our energies are at its peak potential so that we protect from any negative energies that may be some form of spiritual attack. Again, not to make you guys scared, because we always have the awareness, we witness it, and we know how to best navigate through these systems, okay? So we're going to dive deep into it with the first thing. The first thing is to understand new moon, new intentions. So is it good for you setting intentions for new manifestations? Of course. It's almost like a time where you take your book, your life book, and you're able to flip that page, leave the past behind to have this blank canvas and rewrite your destiny. So what do I recommend for you guys during this 5-day window? This 5-day stretch from now, the 6th, is going to be fully blown wide on the 8th and then finishing on the 10th. I recommend that those of you who are used to scripting or visualizing, or you're used to manifesting things, then put those practices in place. Start thinking about your 4 pillars: health, wealth, relationship, and purpose. In these 4 areas, what is it you are looking to manifest? Now, it's very important when we do this, because it's the new moon, to think about what do we want to leave in the past? Right? That analogy of flipping that page. Because we need to understand a lot of the time, we must let go of the old to clear that space for new things to come into our life. So while you are doing the scripting, also have a look at everything that you are letting go of. Every doubt, every fear, every past experience, maybe even a relationship that no longer serves you. Maybe a job that you no longer enjoy. And it's time to step into your power, step into your courage, have faith, and navigate, dance with the universe through this time. So during this time, very good for scripting practices, very good to refine, get clear on your goals. Now, moving on to the second part, which is probably the big announcement and the big warning that everybody's talking about, is the solar eclipse. Now, it's very interesting this, because I remember back in the day, whenever we see solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, we go out there, we take photos, we say, oh, how beautiful it is. But then I remember through my spiritual journey when I went up into the mountains, and when I started to raise my level of consciousness through that awakening journey with my spiritual master, I realized that, hey, wait there a second. There's a time for light, there's a time for dark. Right? We live in a world of duality, polarity. And so it doesn't mean it's bad. We shouldn't be scared of it. However, when we look at every cycle, whether it's a 1-month cycle or whether it's a 1-year cycle, there's always a time for creation, a time for preservation, and a time for destruction. And it just so happens, if you think of what is actually happening when the sun is covered up, that light is covered up, that means during that time, darkness prevails. Yet again, this is not to scare anybody. Darkness prevailing means that all of the things that you may have deep down inside of you, all the fears, all the negativity, all the doubts, they may surface, they may come up. But it's not just you. It's also all the people surrounding you. So what does that mean? During this time, it's highly likely that people will become a lot more reactive than usual. It's highly likely that those hard conversations that you've been putting off, you suddenly feel like you have to express it. It wants to come out. And what is this for? Well, on the surface level, it looks like, oh, there may be some conflicts happening. There may be some unexpected decisions that are made by yourself or by the people around you. That could break certain patterns in relationships. That could break certain patterns in your career, in your job. So when this is happening, you may get really surprised because it's unexpected changes and you think, why is this happening to me? So my recommendation for everybody during this time is understand one thing, write it down, stick it on your wall to help you navigate through these 5 days. The universe is always working with you, even at times when it doesn't seem to be. Because I'll tell you what it is. The universe never gives you what you want, but the universe gives you what you need. And what people want and what people need are completely two different things, because the higher consciousness always knows. So what is that mantra for yourself? To have trust, to have faith in the power, in the divine, in the universe that knows more than you, that this is the right thing for you, right? So during that time, allow yourself to practice detachment. Allow yourself to practice witnessing. Don't get involved in arguments and things. Don't fight. Just surrender, allow, and watch the magic unfold. Aside from that, the final thing during any eclipse, I always say, probably stay away from very busy environments. So maybe spend more time at home. Spend less time with people who you know usually trigger you, right? That would be a very good recommendation for everybody because you want to be able to be at peace, at calm. So take some time out for self-care. Moving on to number 3. This is actually direct while it's in Chiron. And what is Chiron? Chiron is the wounded healer. So what does this mean? It means that you may have some things that you have been storing inside of yourself for a long time. Or may even be some pain from your upbringing or childhood or some past traumas. And you will see it begin to surface. Understand what comes up. Don't let it shock you. Don't get into the negative emotional spiral, but instead allow yourself to face it head on. And the big word here for everybody is acceptance. Don't blame yourself. The past is the past, right? We may not be able to change the past, but sometimes if you start thinking about all the things you may have done wrong or experiences that you did not enjoy, and you bring that into the present, the problem with that is the present manifests into the future. Because now is the only time we manifest from. So why take a past trauma and repeat history? We don't want that. So now, again, is a time to let go. Is a time also to come to acceptance that we all come from somewhere. And give yourself permission to make mistakes. It's okay. We're all human. The most important thing is how you look at it now and how you realize, hey, I'm the 2.0 version of myself from today onwards. So I can leave the past behind. I can begin on my personal development, on my self-discovery, on my journey. And I know that the future me will be so much greater because of these past experiences, because no challenges happen by accident. Every challenge is a blessing in disguise. It's there to make you stronger. It's everything you've gone through is what you've grown through. It's what allows you to be who you are today. So be proud of yourself. Keep moving forward. Moving on to point number 4 in Mercury Retrograde. And I know every time I make a Mercury Retrograde video on here, everybody always says, oh, not again. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Well, actually, The Mercury retrograde problems may amplify just slightly during this phase. Now, I know that doesn't sound very good, okay? But we just need to know how to best navigate it because, like I said, there are cycles in life. After this cycle, there's going to be a beautiful cycle, right? It's a cleansing, it's a clearing. So what are we looking at? Okay, first thing is, if you are in communication with anybody, having any form of communication, whether that be text message, whether that be a verbal communication, okay, make sure to think before you speak. Especially those who usually just blah, 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 and you don't think, right? So start digesting, breathe, stay calm, and maybe even slow down your words. Because if you slow down your words, it gives yourself time to reflect on what you're saying before you say it. Otherwise, it's very highly likely that words and communication will be misinterpreted. And we know what happens when those get misinterpreted, because then it creates more chaos. But why allow that to happen? Right? So back to the point we said before, if you keep yourself to yourself during these 5 days, actually even better. Right? But if you are writing anything, sending any messages, then proofreading would be very much advised for you guys. Another thing, when it comes to technology, have backup. If you are, let's say, depending on closing $1 million deal and you need that laptop to do it, then have a backup laptop, have an iPad, have something else there, you know? Have things ready. Aside from that aside from technology, we also have travel. Whenever you've got travel arrangements to important meetings, make sure to go nice and early, 30 minutes earlier, 1 hour earlier, because it's highly likely during this technology and travel and things like that, there may be some delays happening here and there. Okay. And by the way, I want to let you guys know, if you guys can relate to any of these during the next 5 days, please do save this video now. Come back to it and comment below, because sometimes we get some new people into astrology and they're like, is this actually real or not? You know, what's he talking about? But when we share our personal experiences down there and we can show whatever we relate to that has been said, then at least it allows more people to understand astrology and get onto this path to be able to help others also navigate through this time. So make sure to save this video and make sure to comment below if you can relate to anything that I'm sharing here. Okay. Now, this is a very interesting one, and this is kind of those of you who are searching for love, you'll have to think a little bit more here, okay? So I'll explain why, okay? First of all, this April time is a very good time for love, for manifestation in general. However, when we have this Mercury retrograde thing and the solar eclipse happening, Mercury retrograde is when the planet's seemingly moving backwards. It's not really, but it's seemingly moving backwards. Now, when it's moving this way, and that's the illusion of time too. So what may happen during this time is that you may get people from the past messaging you again. Yes, I'm talking about your exes, right? or people you've fallen out with even, right? They may message you again. And if you guys aren't thinking straight, you might find yourself diving back into the old. So I want everybody to keep a strong thinking intelligence there to understand, hey, if there have been certain people who have hurt you in the past before, I mean, obviously forgive and let go, right? Let the past go. If there have been certain people that you know you are just not compatible with, then actually take this as a sign from the universe. They're testing you. They know you said you want to manifest your new soulmate. They know you said you want to manifest your new boss, your new relationship. But at the same time, they're going to throw something, a blast from the past here, just to message you out of the blue. Hey, what you doing? Hey, how's it going? Right? And the moment you start engaging in that, you fail the test, because the universe is like, hey, you're not really aligned with the new version of you. You're still the same as last month or last year. So it's very important to keep looking at your goal moving forward. What is it that you really want in life? And by the way, while we're on that point, I just want to say, if you have not already, okay, and you are wanting to either manifest a soulmate or you're wanting to better your relationship with your existing soulmate or loving partner, then we have for the first time, a 5-day manifest your soulmate challenge. Okay, so if you would like to join that, it's absolutely free for you guys to join. It's the first link inside the description, and I would do it right now. Just pause the video and do it right now, because when the spaces are full, I think we only can host about 1,000 people on a Zoom call. Usually we have like 15,000 registrants on these. Okay, so my recommendation is to enroll onto it now, especially if you've been trying to attract your loving partner, attract your soulmate, or even keep your soulmate. We're going to cover all of that in a 5-day training, and it's absolutely free for you guys to join. So first link inside the description, make sure to click on it now. And finally, the final point is the new moon in Aries. Now, what does this sign actually mean to you guys? Okay. Well, first of all, in this particular season, we're in quite a flow season, but Aries is going to offer a bit of grounding there. I recommend that everybody does a lot of grounding exercise and grounding practices. Now, I always say that everything in life is about balance. Think of it like this. While we've been in so much flow and so many changes and things happening this year already, this is like having your head up in the clouds. It's like you're on cloud 9. But we can't just be all woo-woo, because we are spiritual beings in a temporary physical form. So we also need to learn how to ground our energies to manifest into physical reality. Yes, by all means, I know metaphysically you can close your eyes and visualize anything you want. But if you want to manifest into your physical reality, whether that be your soulmate, whether that be a new job, a new car, a new home, whatever it is you're looking to manifest, then it requires grounding. Then your question now is, so what should I practice during this time to make sure I don't just start floating with all these air signs and water signs? Okay? You want to practice more barefoot walking outside in nature. So find some grass, find a beach, find an ocean. Barefoot walking will be very, very good for grounding your energies. You want to also practice some deep abdominal breath work. So when you breathe deep into the abdominal. When you bring it here, ground your energies. Push into your root chakra. Visualize that energy digging deep into the core of the earth, and it's grounding. It's solid like Mother Earth. Spend more time on the ground. Even sometimes, Shavasana. When we lie down flat, we can feel the gravitational pull of the universe. That will offer that love, that grounding, that solid foundation. So it's very good, obviously, to think of our manifestations and allow ourselves to dream. But once we've had those dreams and set those intentions, make sure to take that time on the ground. Bring that energy down, connect to Mother Earth, and solidify our manifestations. So, these are 5 things to look out for. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also remember to save this video, come back to comment if you relate to any of the things that I've said in this video so far, if you've been feeling the energies and the vibes already, right? And like I said before, if you haven't already, make sure to click on the first link inside the description to join the Manifest Your Soulmate Challenge, whether you're looking to manifest the love of your life or you're looking to nurture the relationship you already have. It's going to be very good for all of you. So it's absolutely free to join. It's the first link inside the description, and we look forward to seeing you guys there. Otherwise, comment below, let us know where you guys are tuned in from. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year we're dedicated to making weekly videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we are signing out. Blessings for everyone. Namaste. Namo Himalaya.